I've lost 15 pounds on GLPs. My body looks smoking, but I look old and I'm losing my hair. None of us at a certain age can just drop 15 pounds. Let's be real.
That is true. It's incredibly hard. You have this diagnosis that you can't have hair, and then all of a sudden we can do treatments to start stimulating hair growth. If you don't have hair, like that's a big insecurity.
Or an old face, like that's not a trade-off. That's what I always tell my patients. Like, is that a cosmetic trade-off? You know, don't get too skinny either on these GLPs.
If you know that you're gonna start a GLP, or if you're on GLP, like it is important that we start treatment as soon as possible.
As soon as possible. So much easier to fix before it's totally gone. Hey everybody, this is Erin Alonso. I am here with beautiful Nina, one of the nurses at Orange, and we decided to start a little mini series because you asked. We are gonna answer.
That's right.
So I've got a question here that I want to talk about. But anyway, I just wanted to introduce you for a second. How long have you been doing aesthetics?
I've been doing aesthetics for 4 years at DermFx. I've been in every DermFx office at Newport, Sunset Beach location, Redondo Beach, and now my home is at Orange.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you really have been everywhere. Okay,
yeah.
Great. All right. Well, welcome. Thank you for answering our patients' questions with me.
Absolutely.
So this question is, I've lost 15 pounds on GLPs, what we hear every day, right?
Yes.
My body looks smoking. I made that part up. But I look old and I'm losing my hair.
Yes.
We hear that all day long, right?
All day long. And I see it in all my GLP patients too.
Yeah.
Not only my GLP patients, but patients that are doing it at home or getting it elsewhere.
Yeah.
I can tell because.
Oh yeah, we can tell. So don't lie. First off, let's not lie. We don't care.
Yeah, it's a sensitive
We're trying to help
thing,
you. Yeah,
right?
but people sometimes are like, I'm not on GLPs. I'm like, okay. None of us at a certain age can just drop 15 pounds. Let's be real.
That is true. It's incredibly hard.
It's so hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my recommendation is, if you know that you're going to start a GLP, or if you're on GLP, like it is important that we start treatment as soon as possible.
As soon as possible.
Yeah.
Don't let it go south and then come looking for us, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So there's like breakthrough, treatments that we can do.
Yeah.
Multiple treatments that
I
we
love
actually.
Sculptra. You love Solenis.
I love Solenis.
Tell us what Solenis is.
Yeah. Let's talk about PRP of the hair.
Okay, yeah.
And Nuvaderm of the hair. So I actually put all my patients on a combination for hair support, for hair restoration.
Yes.
I love doing PRP of the hair.
Yes.
And I inject it into the scalp to bring in like circulation, help with neovascularization in the hair, just to help restore and thicken hair follicle.
And it works awesome, you guys. We now have everything for hair loss. We really just pumped up the volume on hair loss.
We
have a laser for hair loss too now.
Yes, called Nuvaderm, my all-time favorite. It is an advanced laser that we use that helps with doing the same thing, just stimulating circulation with neovascularization, just supporting the hair.
Right.
And after the treatment, I always recommend our stem cell research called Derive.
Yes, Derive's amazing, you guys. There is a little girl that we just saw that literally had something called alopecia totalis, which means that you just don't grow any hair, period. And this little girl, after using Derive it's called Ultra Plus, which is a type of ultrasound machine that we're also using to stimulate hair growth, has a whole head of hair.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Yes.
So if you're losing your hair, you don't have to suffer for any reason. It doesn't have to be just because of GLPs. If your hair is thinning out because you're just old or whatever, or you just had a baby, or there's so many other reasons that our hair thins, or you guys, like, don't wait till you're, I called it cul-de-sac bald before you do something.
No.
You know, if you got that cul-de-sac coming in, do something about it before. It's so much easier to fix before it's totally gone.
It's true. I mean, with alopecia, it's devastating because you don't have hair growth. And I have patients that are, wearing wigs, but a 2-year-old girl wearing a wig, that's hard. It's
horrible,
hot.
right?
And so
who's going to wear a wig? No.
I know. I mean, I have some patients that wear wigs, and I have told them about, let's start treatment, and they're super excited. But it honestly is life-changing when you know, you have this diagnosis that you can't have hair, and then all of a sudden we can do treatments to start stimulating hair growth.
It's awesome.
And not only stimulating hair growth, but help with thickening the hair shaft and having multiple hair follicle grow out.
And stop it from falling out too. How nice is that going to be? You don't have clumps of hair coming out, and you'll see it pretty quickly.
Yes, as someone who just had a baby, I also experienced hair loss, and so for me it was very traumatic when I had like beautiful voluminous hair. I mean, it looks like I have a lot of hair, but I've lost a lot of hair after I had my baby. And so starting hair treatment for me was crucial too, you know?
Yes, for
because
sure.
It gives you confidence.
It does.
You can have like a nice body when you're skinnier after GLP, but if you don't have hair, like that's a big insecurity.
Or an old face, like that's not a trade-off. That's what I always tell my patients. Like, is that a cosmetic trade-off? You know, don't get too skinny either on these GLPs. I feel like some women, you know, okay, maybe when you were 120 pounds, when you were, you know, 30 years old, that looked really good. But when you're 120 pounds and you're 60 years old, I feel like rarely does that look good because you just don't have the structures to keep your face, neck, and chest up. So you end up looking like Skeletor, which you don't even know who Skeletor was. That used to be an old...
I know Skeletor.
Okay. Well, anyway, so yeah, there's Skeletor out there. Like, it doesn't look good to be that skinny, ladies. It just doesn't look good where your skin looks draped on your bones. It's
I know.
ugly.
It's just skin. You lose all your muscle. But GLP isn't necessarily bad. I mean,
it's awesome.
Yes, it can promote a healthier lifestyle for people.
Okay, how about that study too? There's a study that just came out that said that it adds 3 years onto your life. There was a study done by True Diagnostic that said that because the components helped everything in the vascular system, like let's just say you have high blood pressure kind of ruins everything, right? Because it's pressurizing your blood through your kidneys, through your heart, through your liver. So everything has to work super duper hard with that high blood pressure. So high blood pressure just wears all of your blood vessels out. So to be able to get off of high blood pressure medication because of GLPs, it's amazing. It's a miracle.
It's a breakthrough.
It is so crazy for people, and that is going to give you longevity back. Like, that's incredible. And we're constantly working on doses too for people to just take them as peptides to not necessarily even want to lose weight, but just want to have the benefits of that.
Yes.
So it's awesome.
Not feeling like you are like stuck to food or you're a slave to food and giving you that freedom, right?
Oh, yes.
But also making you feel better and more confident about yourself.
It's priceless.
Yes. You're going to be able to go out and like spend time with your family because you feel more confidence. Confidence, you know, it plays down to a lot of things.
So everything in life, right? Yes. If you're not confident, I'm not sure what you can get accomplished because you're just being embarrassed is the worst feeling ever.
No, and I don't want anyone to feel like that.
I don't either. I hate it.
Let's talk about like what we could do for like to prevent the face from falling after we lose so much weight.
Well, I know you love Solenis, which is the PRP of the face, right?
Yeah.
I love Sculptra just probably because I worked with Sculptra since way back when we just did it for people that had HIV. So I just
You're the queen of Sculptra.
I know that product. Like, I could do it with my eyes closed, I'm pretty sure. So I love Sculptra for everybody, and especially if you're going to try to lose weight, because it's a stimulator and it works slowly, just like Solenis does. But Solenis works on your own body. So you have to have, I don't like Solenis if you're like probably over the age of, let's say, 50, just because it stimulates, maybe 60, your own body. So you have to have a healthy body yourself, and you've got to have enough that we're pulling out to stimulate, right? So I think as that ages, it gets harder. So my patients, I think, have been with me for a lot of years, so tend to be in their, I would say, 70s, 80s, 90s, a lot of them. So even to get them to stimulate from something that's foreign is harder.
It is harder if you don't have that with age, right? We lose collagen. So if you don't have enough collagen to stimulate it, it's definitely going to be more difficult and more challenging. Therefore, I do definitely incorporate Sculptra in my practice as well. My favorite, I love Sculptra. Sculptra is amazing because it's very natural, it's very gradual, and it's long lasting. It can last up to 2 years, which is incredible, right?
It is.
It helps with like not only texture, but it helps with lines, reestablishing foundation. I always say aging is always foundation. It's always what happens when you age.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but nobody talks enough about like bone loss. We lose our bone.
Yes.
So that bone is falling in too. So we've got to do something to put structure at the very bottom. So like the foundation, like you said.
Yeah, I always say it's like building a house, right? You need to have foundation. If you don't have foundation, it's not going to work.
Yeah, it's no point of just painting the walls.
So
you're
going to have volume loss, you're going to have skin laxity, and then you're going to have thinning of the skin. So we need to address all three things, right? For me, I always recommend, I feel like everybody needs tightening of the skin because we all have laxity, whether it's your after your 20s, mid 20s, you start losing collagen. You lose about 1% every year. And by 45 years old, you lose 25% of your collagen. So come on, we need to and if you're on GLP, you lose like way more collagen.
Yeah, way more.
So I always recommend microneedling with radio frequency to help with stimulating collagen and
it works so well too.
So well.
It's so awesome.
I mean, I have makeup on right now, but I'm 2 weeks out from finishing.
But you don't even need makeup. You have the most beautiful skin, you guys. There's no hidden anything here. Let me tell you, her skin is flawless.
I mean, I do so much. I'm not going to say that I'm just born with a flawless skin.
No, it's a job. It is. You got to work for it.
Yeah, especially now. I'm like 34 years old, going to become 35. I've noticed skin laxity, and I am a taker of GLP, so I do experience laxity as well. So I had to tighten it. I was like looking in the mirror and I'm like, oh my goodness, what is going on with my face? So I just finished.
You see the changes?
Yes, okay. I did 3 back to back and really helped tighten my skin. I did Sculptra. Yes, I did a video about me getting Sculptra done. I also did my own Solenis Derma, which I need to post the video of me injecting my face with that, because not only am I tightening my skin, but I'm also thickening my skin.
That's right.
And improving the overall skin texture.
Thick skin is young skin. It's just beautiful. Yeah, if you look at a baby's thick skin, you see like just the difference.
If you have beautiful skin, you just look good.
Yeah.
Right?
So. Well, everyone, thank you for joining Nina and I from DermFx on our mini series of You Asked and We Answered. We love hearing from you guys. See you guys soon. Thanks.